and then just bring it up on yours so hopefully we can see comments and stuff. Hello, hello.
All right, now can you guys hear us?
Hopefully we're good to go at the moment. We'll see. All right, so we can still see comments up on the side. Attempt number 3.
All right, let me get on here. Sorry, we're having trouble playing the video. You can hear us.
Thank you. Oh, here we go.
All right, let me shut this volume off so it doesn't interfere. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. You know, this is our first one. We're planning on having many, so we learned third time's the charm.
Yep,
third
Q&A number 3. We're going to be good to go here. That was a bit nuts, but this is what we're doing. This is the live stream to work out the kinks before the live stream with the candidates when we announce them next week. So hopefully we're good to go here. Let's just we'll give it a little bit more time. See if we can get some more people in. Any of you guys that are in the chat right now, see if you can just share it out to the township pages or whatever pages on your page. Let's try and get some people in now that they can hear us talk.
Yeah, we're gonna be explaining what the county committee is. I know we've been calling it the executive committee,
right?
And we were corrected by some higher ups about what it's actually called. But regardless of what's it called, we have an important job for everybody to do, and we're going to be explaining that.
Deptford Republican Club. There we go. We had a better setup in the beginning, but we have to work out the audio issue. I'm not sure what all that was about, but before the next week goes on, we will make sure that we have that set up.
Next week, same time, we're going to have some candidates on. We're going to be announcing the candidates, and we will have the technical difficulties worked out.
Right. And that's going to be the big one. But tonight, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over just the basics of what the county committee seats are, and then what we want to use those county committee seats to do in Deptford with our party. So, we'll just go through it here. Basically, a county committee seat, you are a representative for your district in Deptford to the county. And your job on the county level is to represent your district to the county, and then get the people that are in your district the information of what's going on in the Republican Party for the Gloucester County GOP. Part of the county level responsibilities of one of those committee members is you're going to be voting on some of the executive members of that county party. But besides that, what we want to do is use that county position as you're going to be our entry-level volunteers or our frontline volunteers for the Deptford GOP. Basically, you're going to take charge in your district when we go to do the door knocking and all that, knocking on doors, passing out literature and that. And you're going to be the first volunteer in your district.
Frontline volunteers. I know you can't see that, but it says frontline volunteers, and that's what we need you guys as. It's coming in a little now. So basically, you guys are the first line to go down, meet the Republicans of your voting district. You're going to get to know them, get to know their needs, get to know, what they want, what direction they want the party to go in. And also, you're going to bring that to us. That way we know what we can do to make the Republicans of Deptford happy. On the flip side, you are going to go to them and tell them what's going on in the party. Hey, I met this candidate for Freeholder. He's a really good guy. You should get out and vote for him. That right there is going to get the vote. Going and telling them you met these candidates, why you personally like these candidates. You're these people's neighbor. You're these people's friend, right? That's going to get them excited to get out and vote. You want to continue with that?
Now, the county committee seats, like I said, you're going to be the frontline volunteer. We have a grassroots movement going on in Deptford right now. I mean, Rich, he can tell you, he's been building this party, for the last 2 years or so, from the ground up.
2 years.
When Rich started, there was nothing. So we have a good, solid core group of volunteers at the moment and executive committee members for the local party at the moment, and we're doing pretty good stuff just with what we've got. But what we need is more volunteers. We need more outreach. We need to be able to have more people involved so that we can spread our forces out a little bit and actually engage in the community and work out what people in the community want to see happen for Deptford. And like Rich said, you're going to be the first one in the line. So if a neighbor comes up to you and says, hey, you know what, I've got a problem with such and such, what can we do about it? Well, they're going to come up to us, to the local party, and say, hey, I have my neighbor saying they have an issue with an ordinance in town that they're having trouble getting past some sort of inspection. So what can we do about it? And then that's when we'll get involved and try and work out to fix that issue. And then we'll tell that committee member, all right, go to your neighbor, tell them this is what we're doing. and hopefully we can get that feedback back to the community so that the transparency is there as to what's going on. I think building the volunteer core is where we're going to be at. Right now, as I said, we are a small organization and we've got a lot of work to do. But with these committee seats, it's a big step towards helping us build this club.
That's exactly what we need. And I can bring up the map because I just looked at the other slides. You guys can't really see them. I know you can hardly see this map, but basically this is Deptford. You have 22 voting districts. So I'm going to pick out one that's pretty easy to see. This one right here, 14. Basically, if you're the representative from 14, most of this is empty. You got a couple streets and houses there. You're going to be in charge of this. All of us aren't in charge of all of Deptford. That's just too much to contact. You break it down into districts, and then we can go in, and we don't have to know. The whole club doesn't have to know everybody in this district. It's just up to you. It's up to you to know, oh, hey, John lives on this street here. He's a hardcore Republican. He's going to vote for us. He's going to donate, but he doesn't want to be involved. That's fine. You know that. But, you know, Bill over here, he doesn't want to be involved monthly, but on election day, you know he's going to come out and walk and knock doors with you, and he's going to volunteer to work the polls. You start to know your community like that. You know who the volunteers are, and you can help us organize them. So when it comes to election day and we're looking for poll workers, we have a large list of people to pick from. That way we have plenty of help. People have asked me, how are we going to make sure this election's fair? Well, I'll tell you how the election's going to be fair. With enough volunteers.
Yep.
If we have 44 people in Deptford.
Well, we should probably break that down. So each district has 2 representatives for each party. 2 representatives for each party, 2 county committee seats for each party. So we have to fill 44 Republican committee seats in Deptford, and that will make a huge difference towards what we're trying to do.
Yeah, all 22 of these get 2 people. Right. So right there, that's 44 people that are fully committed and volunteered and have been elected on the ballot. I'll go back to the ballot. I know you guys can't see it very well. This is the ballot from when I ran. Let's see if I can turn the screen at all. No, you can't really. Basically, you got county committee here for female and county committee for male. Now, we've heard that they can both be male or both be female now. They've changed the rules on that. But basically, you're going to be on the ballot. We have the petitions here for you.
Meg, just one of our great members, just picked these up for us, although apparently they gave her a bit of a hassle, but we'll let that slide.
So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is your county committee petition. So basically, you fill this out. You get some signatures for some people in your district. Now, I think you only need 1, but I encourage you to get at least 5 to 10. That way, because it's part of what your job is anyways, going around, knocking on doors. So you get these signatures from these people. You get to know these people, and then they get to see you on the ballot.
Right.
So automatically, they're gonna trust what you're saying, and they're gonna know that you're involved with the party directly. So anyway, we get all 44 of these people, and like I said, you're gonna have more people. You know, Oak Valley over here is full of Republicans. We should get all these districts full and have plenty of extra volunteers. Now, those volunteers, we still need them. We're not going to turn them away just because we already have 2 people. But it's going to be up to the district people to kind of organize them and you know, keep them involved in the community. You're going to tell them, oh, hi, by the way, we got a pizza party on February 19th. You can come out and meet the candidates.
Yep.
It's only a $20 donation. All you can eat pizza. It's going to be a great time. Stuff like that. You tell them that, gets them out.
Right. So, as I said, with these petitions, you do have county obligations, and I hope that we can get somebody from Gloucester County to come in and maybe do one of these with us to explain the county obligations that you would have with that seat. But it's an official elected position with the county. But what we want to use it for,
the county GOP,
right, the county Republican Party. So, but what we want to use it for is a volunteer base in the local community. So, like I said, we get 2 of these volunteers from each district. You're going to be the head volunteers of your district. And, you know, you go out and engage. When you go to get these signatures for your petition, that's really going to be your first foray. We're going to be knocking on the doors, introducing ourselves. Hey, we're with the Deptford GOP. I'm running for the county committee seat for the Republicans in this district. I would like to get your signature and represent you to the Republican Party in the county and the state. And what we want is to use that to build our volunteer base. What we need is a deep bench. Because, you know, coming up in this, we do have 4 candidates. Like I said, we're going to be announcing in next week's live stream. But we want to build a deep base so that we have an engaged party in Deptford. I mean, just since we've started this and made our presence known, we're already seeing changes in how everything's going on.
Yeah.
You know, they know, they seem to have taken notice of, what we're doing here, and the pushback from the community. And at the very least, we're going to get some better engagement with our local politicians.
Yeah, just us being here is keeping the local government in check. We're keeping an eye on them, and they know it, so they're staying behaved. And that alone is worth our presence. Even if we do not get elected, it's worth being here. And that's
Yeah.
why we need to build this up. But I believe 100% if we get this help that we need, we will be able to get candidates elected.
Yeah.
100%. And it starts with not needing the money. If you don't have the help, you need the money. You got to start hiring volunteers. You got to start hiring people to work to be poll watchers. You got to start spending tons of money on billboards and literature, mailing out to every house in Deptford because you don't have volunteers to walk around. And that's what the Democrats do. They spend money on their elections, but we don't need money to win a local election. If we get you guys, the volunteers, to go out and spread the word on us, we don't need the money. We don't need $120,000 in our bank account.
So up until now, these county committee seats have been left vacant. Rich had the slide of when his last election, when he was the only one there on the ballot for his district. The Democrats have these committee seats filled, and they use their advantage. They actually have people running against each other to fill these seats, and ours, for the most part, at the moment, are empty. And that's going to be our job right now. We're pushing to fill those seats because it's going to help us on the local level here in Deptford. It's going to help us on the county level and on the state level. Once we can get these seats filled, it is more representation for Republicans in the township and the county level. And as frontline volunteers, that's where we're going to get the most engagement into the township to say, hey, you know what? We're here. There is a Republican Party in town, and we are going to oppose the Democrats that have been sitting here for so long. And I mean, we can appreciate the good work that they've done, but we do see that there are issues in the town that need to be addressed. And, we see it every day when we're in the local pages, people talking about what's going on. And that's why we're here as well. So we're doing this live stream at the moment just to get a little bit of exposure for the club and explain, our basic volunteer situation. But we want to hear from the people in Deptford. We want to hear what the problems are so that we can address them. We can bring up these issues and say, hey, you know what? We're going to look into that. We're going to see how we can go about solving that. And we're going to stay transparent and make sure we're accountable to you guys so that everybody knows what's going on in the township. You can go to the website, and find the basic information. That's what we want to do. And the first step to building this club, so far we've been growing pretty well. I mean,
we have been growing very well.
It's been going well. And if we can get these committee seats filled, like I said, they're the frontline volunteers. They can go out and engage their different districts. And that's how we're going to drum up more volunteers, more members, so that we can actually have a voice in this town and get things done.
And we can also do a lot of good for our community. We've already helped out with a organization called Deptford First. We went and did a cleanup with them at Andalura Farms Wildlife Management Area. I personally helped shovel an old lady out the other day, which I would like to see more help with. We're here. If our community reaches out to us that they need help, it's up to young guys like me and Derek and some of the other guys of the club to go out and put the work in. If you hear there's a section of woods in your neighborhood that's trashed, we're not so busy when it's not election season. Come election season, we need the manpower. We need the boots on the ground. We'll be working, to better our community through getting elected. But in the off season, there's no reason why we can't give back to the community through community service, picking up trash, shoveling snow. We talked about possibly setting up book libraries. Everybody has lots of good ideas on how we can give back to the community. So we'd like to be more than just a political party. We'd like to almost be a community organization.
Well, and that's what we are. We want to be here to help Deptford, and that's the entire point. And I can't say right now we're on the ground level of this thing. We're building this up.
We're just two regular guys, in case you haven't noticed.
Right? Yeah. If you see
we're winging this
pretty much. But we're at the ground level of this thing. We are building it, and you can be a part of it. You can have your input. You can have your voice, your say in what goes on. Especially if you take up one of these county committee seats. These county committee seats, they're very vague and unknown. I think a lot of people in New Jersey don't know that they even exist. I certainly didn't until recently, and they don't understand exactly what they do. Now, like I said, there are county commitments, but that what we want to do on a local level is build our grassroots movement, which is exactly what we're doing. And I think we're doing a pretty good job at it. But we can use the help. We need more help because the more help that we get and the more engagement that we get with the community, the better we're going to be. Just having a voice in there voicing the concerns of the people, because I've heard some horror stories about town hall meetings and that. If we have 44 committee members that go to these town hall meetings or the city council meetings, they're going to have to listen to us. They're going to have to hear the concerns of the people that are in these individual districts, and that's what you're doing as a district representative, as a county committee seat.
Not only that, if we do get candidates elected and we are sitting up there and we do start acting up and you don't like what we're doing, being on that executive committee gives you a very strong voice to speak out against us, which we would encourage. Everybody makes mistakes, and I would like to still think that I like to hear when I make a mistake so I can correct it.
Yeah, absolutely. The county committee is the ultimate feedback. So you said you're on the ground level. You're the one walking around. You're walking your dog. Hey, how you doing? Barb. Is there anything that's concerning you right now that I can help you out with? And then that feedback makes its way up the chain, and we can try and solve some of these issues that we're dealing with.
Yeah, you get to be the pillar of your community. In that district, you're the guy people go to,
Or girl.
or girl. You're the person.
The person.
You're the person people go to, and that is good. That's what we need in this community. We've almost lost the sense of community, and we need to bring it back.
Well, and I think that's just on a broader scale. We're in some divisive times at the moment, and what we want to do is bring it back to the community. Rich says all the time, this isn't about Republicans or Democrats necessarily. This is about Deptford. We want to do what's best for Deptford. And the best way that we can do that is to engage with the community, engage with each area, and try and figure out what people need, what their concerns are. And I said, we're trying to keep it to the county committee seats and push that point. Because that's going to be our first. You're the frontline volunteer for the Deptford Party in that county committee seat, and that feedback is going to help us a lot.
All right, guys, I'm looking at some of the questions that you've been asking.
Okay.
So we have a question here. How do we get the Faulkner Act reversed so we can actually vote for a mayor we want in Deptford? So I'm going to start with this. We're not exactly experts on this yet.
Right.
We've definitely been looking into it. Now, the Faulkner Act, we don't actually have to get it reversed. There's in the act, from what I understand, there's different ways you can run the local government.
So from what I read, there's 4 separate ways, and there is a section in the Faulkner Act where you can vote for mayor. And it's certainly one of our policy points. I think a lot of people, when you talk to them in Deptford and you say, hey, did you know that you don't vote for your mayor? They didn't know that. It was very strange to me when I found that out. So we definitely want to make the mayor an accountable position in Deptford.
100%.
And I think a lot of people in Deptford, once they know that that's the case, they're going to want to make that an accountable position as well, directly to people. Because at the moment, the mayor is a council-appointed seat, which is what they want to do with the police chief as well. But so far as it comes down to the Faulkner Act, I said we're very much in the learning stage of a lot of this as well. So we're trying to get involved so that we can see what's going on in our local, county, and state politics, and see what we can do to advance what we want, our agenda here. And I think voting for mayor is definitely one of them. How are we going to go about that? I think we have to, get a committee into looking into how we can actually change our position in the Faulkner Act. But that's something for a little bit down the road. It's definitely something that we want to do.
We're going to be working on that, definitely.
We are going to work on how we're going to get about that.
So we'll go into another person asked if they're going to be getting call lists, I think, for the districts. And I'm going to try to bring something up on the screen right now. This is something I've been working on personally, and I think it's going to be you guys are going to be pretty excited about it.
So each county committee seat, Rich has done some of the legwork trying to reach out to get the list of registered Republicans in each district. And if you want to run for that county committee seat, or even if you just want to volunteer and make cold calls, that's fine. But we have those numbers, and we can get you a folder with those numbers so that you can do the cold calls and reach out to the people that are registered Republicans in your community. Now, I mean, our experience with the list is it's a bit outdated. It's not entirely up to date, but we have been able to get a hold of people. And the people that we do get a hold of that are in Deptford and are Republicans, they are extremely excited to hear that we're here. So when you tell them, hey, I'm so-and-so from District 22, I'm running for the county committee seat in your district to represent you as a Republican, I think you're gonna hear a little bit of excitement in people that there is representation for them in Deptford.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what Derek was saying about the call lists, one of the reasons the call lists are so out of date is because the NJGOP relies on clubs and organizations like ours to keep them up to date. And obviously, I think the last time Republicans ran in Deptford was 2011, and the Republican clubs have been pretty dead since then. So a lot of our numbers and emails and everything are out of date. Not all of them are, but as we go through the list, we're going to have to keep them updated. And that's another thing that why we need help on this county committee on the committee. Basically, that's why we need help in every voting district. Because for us to go through 22 voting districts worth of voters and call them all and figure it out, for one, it's a disorganized way to do it, and another, it's just a lot of work. If we split that up 44 ways, it's only a couple nights worth of work. A couple lights nights, make a couple calls a night, jot down on the list which ones are messed up, fill it out on the drive, and then we're done. And that's where we're going for. I'm still trying to figure out how to pull up this folder on the screen.
And then, so far as that goes, right now we have a great core group, okay, and we're doing a lot of work. We're putting it in, and we're getting out there, and we're definitely getting more engagement on our forum pages. We're seeing people, hitting the website to look us up, and part of that engagement, as I said, the point of this stream right now is just to push these county committee seats, right? So I want to try and keep that on topic, but the big point of our engagement is to fill these seats so that we can actually engage in each district. Now, one of my goals, and I think one of the goals of the club at the moment, is we want to knock on every door in Deptford and let them know that we're here and what we're trying to do. With 2 people in each district, just that alone would be a huge help. But then they can drum up the support within each district as well.
All right, so if you guys can see this behind me, this is the kind of thing that I'm going to get you on. So you want to join the executive committee, you let me know. We'll get you set up, have a conversation with you, and then I'll get your email address. I'll add you to this drive, okay? So you got the voting district info. I click on that. You have all the districts, all 22 districts. Can you guys see that? I think you can get the picture, right? You got 22 districts, right? So in each district, you're going to go in, and we have a call list of registered Republicans on a spreadsheet. We're going to have also a call list of independents. That way we can get a hold of independents. But you click on this. This is all District 1. So if you're the District 1 representative like Derek is, you have information about everybody there.
Well, not yet, because I still have to run. I'm going to be running for District 1. And that's the thing.
We will get you this information before you run, because you'll need it to fill out
to get your signatures. It's an official elected position, and that's what makes it so good, because you actually do have pull. You have sway. Your voice really does matter when you have this position, because it is an official. Like in November, when we go to vote for our town council and our governor and all that, you're going to be on that ballot. And it's a proud moment. You're on that ballot, and you're actually going to be doing good for your community. You're going to be like I said, the frontline volunteer, engaging everybody. And Rich has done a great job working up these resources for everybody so that we can actually get out and engage.
If you guys look at another resource I'm proud of, I'll see if it might not work on the phone this way. But I have this District 1 right here. This is a map loaded up. See if this will work. Okay, open in browser. Okay, hang on. That's not going to work. Sorry. But basically, when this is on your phone, you can open it in Google My Maps, and I'll show you that real quick. On a computer, you can click into it straight from this file, and it'll bring up a map on your computer. It's more geared for the computer than it is for a smartphone, right out of Google Drive. I can explain this to everybody as you come in. I'll help you out with the technical stuff, but this will help a lot when we go to walk the districts. And I'll show you right here. If we go to Google Maps, if I can find it, I have a lot of junk in my phone, as you can see. So I go to Maps, right? Save the maps. So once you get the file, this will happen on your phone too. You'll have this right in here. So I got the Deptford voting districts right here. This is our voting district map. You guys may have seen this before. It's kind of hard to see on the screen. Let me see here. All right, I know some of you probably have opened this before, but oh, what the heck? Sorry, guys. There we go. So you'll have it's an interactive map. So you can click on the district. and it'll tell you information about it. No representation in District 14. And this map is on our website. If you go to our website, www.deptfordnjgop.org, and click on the sidebar, there's a tab that says map, district map. You can go and you can click on all these and see who your representative currently is. See, District 11, we have Debbie Lindsay, and it's empty. So we have another spot in District 11. We pretty much have spots everywhere.
Well, I say Judy asked how many empty spots do we have, and the answer is a lot. You know, the majority of our spots aren't filled. Like I said, the Democrats in town, they have every single one filled, and you know, I'm sure it helps them a lot when it comes to election time, when they go passing out pamphlets and literature and knocking on doors to get exposed. Now, I think it'll help us out a lot more because once we get knocking on doors and say, hey, you know, the Republican Party's in town, we're here to see what you need. People are going to be a little shocked to say, oh, well, there's something else going on. And then I said, the executive committee or the county committee is exactly how we're going to get it done. I hope we're not butchering it because
Sorry, buddy, we are.
No, I'm sure because you know at our meetings we've been trying to explain this out, and you know it seems a little hard to explain, even though it's simple. You know,
I want to show them something real quick while I have it up.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. So basically, right here is a map we have of Deptford with all of our contacts for Deptford loaded in. I don't know why this is being difficult right now. If you can see that, guys, all those points are registered Republicans in Deptford. You are not alone. We should have no problem filling these seats. You can zoom in the right where I am right now. Zoom in. Look at this. They're everywhere. Registered Republicans are all over Deptford. And I will be able to share this information with you once you run for the county committee. I will be able to show you exactly where they are. We can walk around Deptford. It'll show, if you do this on your phone, it's like a GPS. It'll show you you're right here. You're going up to these two houses. You can knock on these two doors, say, hi, how's it going? By the way, we have a fundraiser coming up. By the way, this candidate's great. You know, all this stuff. We have these kind of resources that we can use. We're working on it. Like you said, we're still new at this. We're not exactly sure we know what we're doing, right, but we know we're doing the right thing.
Right. So at the very least, we're getting representation for at least half of the town that doesn't have it. And I think Rich had brought up the voting for the last election in 2020, and it was it was like 7,000 for Trump and 9,000 for Biden. So there's at least 7,000 people that are out there willing to go and vote for Republicans. And that's what we got to do. These county committee seats are going to help us engage those people. And like I said, one of our goals is to knock on every door in Deptford so that we can get the exposure. And we're going to need those county committee members' help to do it. I see.
Other questions we have?
One of the questions, yeah. How's we
meet?
Well, how's the Gloucester County GOP supporting the club? So we do reach out to them, we do communicate with them, and they've helped us get some of these.
They've been very supportive.
They are doing a good job. You know, it was kind of tough leading up into November because we in Deptford didn't have any elections up. We didn't have anything really going on here, and they were very busy. They had their own things to do, but they did help us out. They got us these district lists, help us with the maps and that. So you know, they are definitely there, and they are engaging with us, and I think they're going to help us out a lot going forward.
What do we have here? Ken Sweeten, when do you guys meet?
So,
all right, our next meeting, we have a weekly Zoom meeting.
Right, every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we have a weekly Zoom meeting. You can find the link to that, or not Zoom, it's a Google Meets.
Google Meets.
But you can find the link to that meeting on our forum page. We post it out.
Or on our website. I'll show you right here. If you go to our website, which is behind us, click on events. It'll tell you all about our events. You're all are welcome to our events. We have a pizza party coming up. The pizza party is on February 19th. You can find all the information about it here. And then if you scroll down, the executive committee. Can you guys? I guess you guys can't read this.
Yeah.
But please go take a look at our website. Basically, the executive committee meets the fourth Thursday of every month. We meet at we're currently meeting at our treasurer's house, which is 1283 Tanya Road. We meet at 7 o'clock. We meet in his garage in the back. It's not an ideal situation, but until the library reopens, that's pretty much the only option we have. Once the library reopens for meetings, I guess after the COVID restrictions are lifted, we will be meeting in the library those times, the fourth Thursday of every month. Obviously, that would be preferred, but we have to we have to do what we can. So if you scroll down, you'll see there's a Google Meet code. That is for our virtual meeting. We meet every Tuesday via Google Meets at 8 o'clock. That's just a laid back kind of video meeting. You can ask us any questions you want. Maybe you want to get involved, but you're not sure. Come on to the meeting and talk to us.
Yeah, it'll be basic updates, what we have going forward, what's on our calendar. We always go over our calendar, what's going to be happening in the next month or so. I see Ken. We can't wait to see it. It's going to be good. I know it's hard to see. What we
I know it's hard to see. I apologize.
We're trying. We will be. We're trying to work this out. We're finding it a little more because we want to do these at least once a month. Especially once we announce our candidates, we want to have those interviews with the candidates, and you can ask them questions as we go along. And that's what we're going to be doing with these live streams going forward. We do have, I said, next week is going to be our first virtual town hall with our candidates, our official, council candidates. We're going to have 2 of them. And we encourage everybody to come in, share it out, because we want to hear what questions Deptford has for our candidates, and we want them to be able to hear what our candidates are going to be trying to do for them as well.
If you guys go to our website, also we have this calendar up on our website, so that you can go through every month and see the events that we have planned for a month. Now, a lot of these events, for example, July 14th, we have an ice cream social plan. We don't have a venue for that. So if you would like to host an ice cream social, get at us. If you have a small business in Deptford and you want to bring more people in and kind of show your business a little, let us meet there after hours. We'll have an ice cream social. We'll have a great time. We'll support your business. We'll get the word out about your business. We would love to help you out. Small business is a big priority of ours, helping them. It's really a shame what the pandemic has done. Me and Derek are both involved with our family small businesses, and it's definitely a priority of ours to help them. So if anybody wants to reach out and do host us for a meeting, we would love to join you, and we promise we'll have a good time.
Well, and that's also something that Rich wanted to make a point. This should be fun. Helping your community should be fun. When you're doing this and engaging with everybody, you should be having a laugh, talking to the people in your community, and I've had that since I started here.
Having fun is the number one thing. I need to tell everybody that. If you stop having fun, if it starts not being fun for 1 minute, take a break. It's really easy to get burnt out. We have a lot of meetings. We have a lot of stuff to do. And I know it's tough to go to all of them. We don't expect you to go to all of them. We just want you to come out, have a good time, meet some people, socialize. It's easy to get caught up in politics. I know since I've been involved, I haven't really been too stressed over it. It's easy to get stressed out of what you cannot change. You're watching the national politics, watching even state politics. It's tough because us as people, we can vote, but what else can we do? Well, one thing we can do is change our town. And when we change our town, it will spread across the state. We can change our state, and then we can change our nation. And it starts here. It starts here with community, with values, just trying to be good people. That's what we are. We're trying to be good, honest people for our community.
Well, and Rich says it at all of our meetings all the time. This is about Deptford. We want to keep it local. We say, or at least I say, politics starts local. And if we can get that local engagement, that's where it's going to be at. When, because what I plan on doing is like setting up booths in Pasola Park. Hey, when's the last time you saw a booth or anything with any of the Democrats on the council where they say, hey, come, we're going to take your questions. We're going to listen to your concerns and actually engage. I've heard some issues go on at the council meetings with their engagement in the way that they treat the people asking questions and stuff. I haven't personally been to any of those in-person ones. I did attend the last virtual committee meeting, but we want to build that engagement. We want to make ourselves available, our candidates available to hear what's going on, so that we can address any issues that we have. And those committee seats is exactly where that's going to come from. Those committee seats, you're going to be the first one that, hey, your neighbor's going to go to you and say, look, I've got a problem. Like on my street, we have, I live on Craig Drive, and it's a big cut through. People come speeding down my street all the time, and my neighbors got together and they said, look, we want to get a speed bump installed to slow those people down. Well, the township gave us a stop sign. Yeah, and it helped a bit, but now the stop sign's right out front of my house, so I sit and I watch people speed and run that stop sign all day. And those are the types of concerns that we need to hear. I think I've actually seen that in a couple of the town pages, people talking about they they want speed bumps on their street because people are using it as a cut through, speeding through. They got kids out there playing. A stop sign's great, but that's not what we needed. And I'm not sure why, what the excuse was for just giving us the stop signs. But those are the types of things that we need to hear. We need to hear what problems people are having, so that we can engage and actually get them fixed. Because I think a lot of people feel that they're not being listened to in Deptford, and it's not just Deptford. It's especially for Republicans. It's all of New Jersey. We definitely have a lot of work to do, and like I said, politics starts local, and it starts with these committee seats.
And I cannot stress enough that this is just a regular thing. We're just regular guys. We're not politicians.
I'm a mechanic.
We're not rich. I work in a warehouse. We're beer and blue jeans. We're the grassroots of this party. And I encourage all of you that are out there thinking, oh, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what to do. Come out. We'll help you. I didn't know what I was doing a year ago. I still don't know what I'm doing. Look at this. This was a nightmare. It took us 3 tries to get audio on here.
But we got it. We're
just out here. And you know what? We're having fun. This has been a good time. It's been a good talk with you guys. So come out here, all right? We're all inclusive. Anybody come out. I don't even care if you're a Democrat. Come out, have a good conversation with us. Just be willing to listen. Be willing to just be willing to listen, okay? I don't mean to laugh, but come on out with an open mind and please give us a chance.
Right.
And I think you'll like us and you'll be willing to join our cause.
Well, that's it. And it doesn't matter what political affiliation that you have. You should at least be following us on what we're trying to do. Because at the very least, if you're a Democrat in town, you can message me on Facebook and say, look, Derek, this is my concern in Deptford. What are you guys going to do to help me out with that? And then we'll come out with some sort of solution. We'll try and work it out with you. Like I said, Rich stresses it all the time. We are here for Deptford and Deptford first. That's what the Deptford GOP we're here to do. So I think we've gone on for a half hour, which I think is a little bit longer than Rich wanted to do.
Yeah, I did not want to be on here this long, but it was fun. I'll tell you what, I had fun.
He was very nervous.
Rolling, it was good.
Very nervous.
I was very nervous,
but I think it went okay. Aside from the technical glitches. Now, if anybody has any questions, we'd be happy to hear them if you got them.
Just toss them up, and we'll sail in for a couple more minutes in case anybody has some questions. And if not, we're gonna end the meeting and the live stream.
Yeah, if you have questions on the committee seats, I know, again, we're just regular guys. We don't have the firmest grasp on these things, and we're trying to explain it as best we can and get the information out to you guys so that we can all work together and build this club in Deptford and build Deptford. The last year or so with COVID and everything has been very hard on a lot of residents, students, kids in school. People are frustrated and they want their voices heard, and we are the avenue to get your voice heard. What do we need the most to help us now? We need volunteers. We need the committee seats.
Yeah.
We have a solid core group going on right now, and they do a lot of work, but they need help.
Yeah.
We can't be everywhere. And those committee seats, like I said, you're the frontline volunteers. You're going to drum up 4 or 5 other people in your little in your district so that we can go out and knock on doors and figure out what we've got to do.
Deadlines for getting the signatures. I think it's March 16th or March 18th. I'm not sure, but we're going to get it way before that. We're going to get the town council signatures February 19th at the pizza party, and I will let the county committee know when their signatures are due, but you'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm not, we're definitely going to be able to get those signatures, especially when we do with the candidates with pizza parties and that. As I said, if from now until then you are interested in those committees,
let me check the calendar.
Those committee seats, let's get you in. Let's get you involved.
Yeah, don't worry about when they're due. If you want to do it, we will make sure you get your signatures. I will personally walk through every district with you to get your 5 or 6 signatures or however many you want.
Right. And then at the very least, if at the last minute it's October and you say, you know what, something happened, because that's what happened with me back in July. I said, I got to do something. I got to get involved. If at the last minute in September you decide you need to get involved and the committee seat is empty in your district and that's what you want to do, we will put up a sign-in campaign. We'll get it done.
Yeah, basically, if it comes if the primary's here and you haven't gotten your paper filled out and there's an empty spot on the ballot, you can write your name in and chances are you will win. After it's over, if you have an empty seat, we can have Jackie Vigilante, the county chair, she can fill you in that seat. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get these filled out. But one of our goals as a party is to not have an empty spot on the ballot. I know I've shared my ballot from 2017. It was the first ballot out, or 2019. It was the first ballot I was on. I was literally, we had 2 county committee seats, One was my name. We had no town council candidates, and we had no freeholder candidates that year because their petitions got challenged. So there was literally more than half the ballot was empty for Republicans,
Right.
and it just my main goal this year is to not have any empty seats because of that. It's just embarrassing. And you know what that says when a Republican goes to the polls to vote and sees all those empty seats? It says, why am I even here? I'm not going to come back next year.
I'm moving to Texas.
Yeah, I'm going to move to Texas. I'm going to move to Tennessee. No, my people aren't here. Well, I showed you guys the map with all those pins on it. We have Republicans in New Jersey, in Deptford. We're here. We're ready to fight, and you're not alone. When we have to show that on our ballot, we got to show that we're here. We got to have those ballots filled so when our Republicans go, they have people to vote for.
So we got Judy. Can you contact or message you with committee questions should one come up after? Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook. I'm pretty there. I'm there a lot.
Unfortunately, I am on Facebook all the time now too.
You can find me on Derek Stallwood. Send me a direct message. I will absolutely get back to you. You can message the Deptford Republican Forum page or the Deptford Club. You can go to our website. I'm going to put it here in chat in a second. And send us an email. Rich runs the emails at the moment, and he's pretty on top of them, so he'll see it for sure.
Yeah, send an email on our website. You can contact us at deptfordnjgop.org. You can send me an email personally at rnolan@njgop.org. I get all the emails anyway, so send one out, and I'll get back to you the same day or probably the next day. Or if you want to call me, my number is 609-384-9291. Call me anytime.
Put that on the internet.
I don't care. You can call my number.
Put that out on the internet.
I get enough phone calls from my extended warranties anyway.
Yeah.
Trying to find me about my car's extended warranty.
So Dave was saying, what districts still need members? Pretty much all of them. Do we have any actually totally filled?
Well, I can tell you one thing. None of them are totally filled because they're all up for re-election. So if you want to run for this and there's other people in your district already wanting to run for it,
thank you, Meg.
You can run against them. There can be more than one people. You could have 10 people running for this seat.
The Democrats have people basically primarying for those committee seats to run in the general elections. And you know what? Once we build up this club, I would like to see that for us as well. We want to see people engaged that want to be engaged and, see what we can get done. Ken's asking if we need anything donated for the pizza party. I mean, honestly, I think we've got that bit handled. Now, we do, if you go to the calendar, there are other events that we can absolutely use help with. Ken, if you want to come out and see to the pizza party, we are asking for a $20 donation for the club, as well as your signature for our candidates, and that's what we're really looking for that pizza party on. What is it, February 19th?
February 19th. March 19th, we'll be having a St. Patty's Day party at the Deptford Elks Lodge. We'll be looking for baskets for that. If you would like to donate a basket, that's a huge help. We had a basket auction at our last fundraiser, and it did great. So we're definitely looking for stuff like that. We'll be trying to get baskets from the community.
What's that? And you can find this information when we do our weekly virtual meetings, and then we're going to be doing these monthly town halls. So we're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. We are definitely here to stay, and we're engaged. And I think the town knows we're here, and I hope
I think they know we're here too.
And if anybody, like I said, if you're a Democrat in town, an independent in town, a Republican in town, reach out to us. We want to hear what you've got going on, and then hopefully we can help you out. And that's what we're here to do. We are here to help Deptford and give the citizens a voice that they feel like they haven't had for a while.
Yeah, we would even love it if you call us out on stuff. Go to the Deptford Forum and call us out. Just please keep it about Deptford. Don't start calling us out on national politics. We can't control that. We can't control what's going on in the nation. We can't control what the governor's doing. If you're going to call us out on something, make sure it's about what we're doing here in Deptford, and we will hear you loud and clear and try to change that.
But Rich knows I'm always happy to chat about it.
Yeah, Derek's always happy.
I call myself a political junkie, so it is what it is. But okay, yeah, Robin's got that out there, and then we'll post the events on the forum page. Make sure you follow that forum page and the club page. Go and check out the website. It's definitely where we're going to be posting all of our resources and stuff. So, well, I think we've got them on their toes, Barbara, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten some engagement back. I don't know if we have anything on their Facebook page. I think most of their likes are us.
Well, yeah. To be fair, I don't think their Facebook page is done. But everybody should go type in Deptford Democrats in Facebook and go to their Facebook page and please like it because they need all the help they can get. I think they have 6 likes. Even though their page isn't done, it would be very funny if all their likes were Republicans. A little it's nice to play around with them a little.
Well, it's not even that. It's that, they should be accountable to us, and the information should be out there. And if they're going to be putting it out, then you need to be engaged. If you live in Deptford, you need to know what's going on both sides of the aisle at the moment. Because there is, I hate to, like a battle, but there's two opposing sides at the moment. They're not just running unopposed anymore, and we want to engage with you guys so that we can get that engagement and that feedback and see what we need to do to help out Deptford.
All right, if you guys have any more questions rolling in, post them up, or we're going to shut this thing down.
Yeah, I think we're about ready to go. So your enemy. We don't want to see.
They're not our enemies.
I understand where
they're our neighbors.
I understand where that comes from, but you're right. Rich is right, and Rich pushes this a lot. They are our neighbors. We're here for Deptford. I understand where you're coming from with that, but we don't want to see it that way. We want to, what we would love to do is get a couple of people on the council and work together. Let's have opposing views and come somewhere in the middle so that we can get it done. Get done whatever we got to get done here in Deptford for everybody. There we go. Any questions? Any questions for the pup?
You want to say hi? You want to say bye to everybody? Bye.
I think we're gonna head out for now. Look, guys, I really appreciate you all coming out, and this is no, the other side. There you go. This is going to be more of a regular thing. We're going to, like I said, try and get the town council candidates next week. Hopefully, a little more put together. We're working it out. Like I said, I'm a mechanic. Rich works at a warehouse. We're not tech guys. If any of you are tech people,
yeah, tech people, get at us.
We need the help. We need the help. I can sit here and talk all day, but setting everything up is a little bit different. Like I said, we appreciate y'all coming out. This live stream is going to be on the Facebook page after it's done, and I would just encourage you to share it. Get it out there. It's it's rough around the edges, but so are we, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's what we are.
Share it out, see what we got, and we can do that. For those that missed the video, can rewatch it? Yeah, well, it's going to stay up on the Facebook page, Dave. And I said, just make sure you share it out. Share it out to the Deptford pages, so that everybody can hear what we've got to do. All right,
thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. All right, guys.
I'll catch you later.
We're gonna head out. Have a good night. We appreciate you being here. Any questions? DeptfordNJGOP.org. Hit us up on the Facebook page. Like I said, you can direct message me, Rich, email us. We're more than happy to field any questions. All right. Have a good night, guys. Be safe.